Disney Fantasy, please welcome aboard the Jacobson family.
Disney Fantasy, please welcome all the Christensen family. Disney Fantasy, please.
This is our first dinner on our 8-day cruise, and we are having dinner at the Enchanted Garden.
Are we hungry?
No, not so much.
No. Lunch at Cabanas was great.
Good evening, welcome aboard. How are you doing?
Laura got the mango chicken salad.
Because I'm still full from lunch.
Me too, but I got the Wellington because I've never had it. And it looks good. Laura, what's for dessert?
Everything. All of it.
And let's dig in. Greetings from the royal court. We've decided to have some dine-in lunch, right? Is that right?
Or fancy sit-down luncheon.
Fancy sit-down lunch. There is the menu.
I'm having meatloaf.
I'm gonna have meatloaf too.
Really?
Yeah.
But okay, so we give bread.
Sliced serrano ham.
Oh, it's fancy.
It is fancy. Next we have is the tortilla soup.
Oh, I found the beans.
Any good?
It's delicious.
We are on our first full day here out at sea. We're just enjoying some ice cream.
We are in our fourth full ice cream. Second.
There's our ofrenda. Oh, look at Laura.
Good evening. I love your costume. Can I give you a treat? It's a Donald puzzle. Enjoy. Costume scented? I'm scented.
We are here at the Animators Palette. On the hunt for our table.
36.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. It is Halloween. And we're here at the Animators Palette,
I'm excited.
ready for chow.
Ready to eat.
We kind of already started digging in, but I got the serrano ham for an appetizer.
It's a it's a cheese tortellini with black truffle essence
And what's that over
and a
there?
tomato tart. Look at that. It's good. I think I had it on the
I
last
get one of
cruise.
those myself. Onwards. The beauty of eating here is that you can order as many things as you want.
I got another pasta because it's delicious.
So I got the tomato tart.
The double spinner from the Crush Attitude. Awesome. Alright, check out all the human dudes. Hello, dudes. Let's try that again. Crush and I said hello, dudes. Oh, man. Check it out. Being on Mission Bank,
What do you have in there?
The sesame halloumi parcels. It's a vegetarian dish. I'm sure it's going to be delicious.
I got the crusted pork chop. I've had this on the Disney Dream, and it was delicious. I know I'm going to enjoy this one. Probably order a second one. Pork chop's working out great. Just want to get a close up there. It's really good. And yeah, I'm gonna order another one because we can.
Yes, we can.
Tonight's dessert is chocolate fudge cheesecake, I believe. She got the same thing. Or Laura got the same thing. And then we also got a key lime. And then he brought over.
It's not key lime, my dear.
What is it?
That is lemon icebox pie.
Okay.
Lemon icebox pie.
There you go. Lemon icebox pie.
And
then
the Halloween special.
chocolate spider or something.
I don't know what's in there. Maybe it's that delicious mousse from the other night. Oh,
It's not a moose, it's a spider.
you're right.
Let's dig in. Oh, you're right. This is our group. They're rum tasters.
Right? That's one of the oldest houses on the island with a star. So back in the day, St. Martin was known as the Salt Island, Swaliga, Island of Salt. Where we used to produce lots of salt and sun to the Caribbean and Europe. But the refrigerator came out and killed our business. So it's only on tourism right now. This here is known as Great Bay. Here used to be one of the largest hotels on the island. And on top of the hotel, there's a fort, Port Amsterdam, the oldest port in the Caribbean. Here they said Peg Leg lost his leg. It was full of nice ships. The airport is all the way down to the left. Our airport is the second busiest airport in the Caribbean. Puerto Rico first, then us. We have flights every 20 minutes or so or less. Pass Nissan Monday.
water. Okay? And then what you have in your hand, I'm gonna give you an orange bracelet. Okay? Later on, I will tell you what the bracelet is for. You. I didn't. Okay, there you go. I want you guys to have so much fun with me today. I'm actually one of the newest tour guides and one of the youngest tour guides that there is, okay?
All right.
So please, if you're not having fun, just let me know, like Rose, we need about to have fun, like right about now, okay? Yes. First of all, before we continue, do anybody have any allergies? Nuts, fruits, gluten, dairy, nothing? Rum? No? Okay, so I'm going to give you the recipe for the rum punch. Now, I know you're not going to remember that because you're going to have like about 20-something shots. You're going to be dancing from time you leave me today. So I know you're not going to remember. Actually, the recipe for the rum punch is a mixture of coconut, Caribbean white, and spice. Mixed together with cranberry juice, pineapple juice, and orange juice. All equal parts, okay? Yes. Now, like I said, I know you're not going to remember it, so what I want you to do, I want you to put on this hat whenever you get it, okay? So nobody can recognize you, and then you're going to flip it around, and kaboom. That will be your secret hat, okay? So now you have a nice recipe in a nice stopper's hat. My next question. Do anybody know that rum comes from sugarcane? Yes. I was hoping you said no.
I had no idea. I had no idea.
Okay, perfect. Well, rum comes from sugarcane, okay?
Oh.
Your reaction is priceless. Yes, this one that I have in my hand is actually probably a couple weeks old. 3-4 weeks old, we can say, but it still have many juice inside. It's still a bit heavy. Would you like to hold it? Okay, it's still a bit heavy. You can pass it around, that's fine. So that means when they say whenever you cut sugar cane, you have to use it right away, because other than that, the sugar will dry up and it will become useless, and you will have a good old whooping stick. Okay, so this is very much useless. It's dry. Now, sugarcane was introduced into the Caribbean in the late 1400s, 1493, and it was brought into the Caribbean for two obvious reasons. The climate and the soil were perfect to grow sugarcane. Now, they say for every 2 pounds of sugar that you get from the sugarcane, you will get 1 pound of this thick black component. Do you know what it is? Perfect. Okay.
I think they
That
make
is molasses. Sorry?
I think they make rum.
You got it.
They got
I
all the
think so
answers.
too, because they got every answer for me. Yes, this is actually molasses. To be correct, this is blackstrap molasses. So it means that it has been boiled and cooked 3 times. So the more you boil it, the thicker and richer it gets. As you can see, it's really, really thick. But this was just a waste byproduct. So what they would do, they would get these big vat clays, they would insert the molasses, and they would put it out in the field. Now we live in the Caribbean where the sun is HOT hot. Now we have hot sun in the Caribbean and natural sugars. Natural sugars, you're going to start to see a bubbly product. That product is called fermentation. Now, you know, us humans, we love to taste every single thing. So we went ahead and we did that, and it was bingo. The great taste of the alcohol, the accidental discovery of the rum. But that combination wasn't so pleasant like your rum punch. So they say, hey, we're going to separate this using the process of distillation. Now they want to play the game, but they don't know all of the rules. Rule number 1 of distillation, it is temperature. Now I'm going to ask you this question again at the end of the tour, and I know you're not going to remember, but we're going to try it today, okay? The first rule of distillation, it is temperature. You have to boil above 172.4 Fahrenheit or 78 Celsius. That way you will get good drinking alcohol, that's ethanol alcohol. Problem with that, when you boil below that temperature, you will either get methanol or acetone. Now, unless you want to remove these bad boys right there, that's a run. Because if you drink that, most likely you're going to go blind or you're going to even die. It's very, very dangerous. Now, back then, when they was making the rum, hold on. Yeah, so back then, when they was making the rum, they was very, very clueless about the rule of distillation. Now what they would do, they make the rum, the people from the village, they would come, they would drink that. After a while, they started to go cuckoo and loony. They didn't really believe in crazy, however, they did believe in voodoo, witchcraft, and religion was also introduced into the Caribbean back then. Instead, they thought that you was being possessed by the devil. But that was not the case. They was actually drinking methanol or acetone. So they was dying from alcohol poison. Thank God to science, we don't have that issue anymore. Okay? Yes. Now, back then the rum used to actually be called Kill Devil. One too many of the steel, you're going to drop dead on the floor. It was very, very dangerous, like I told you. So now we're gonna find out how rum became a commodity, it became a trading good, and it became very, very popular. Give me a quick minute. Perfect. Yes, we're gonna find out how rum became a commodity, how it became very popular, and how it became a trading good. We're gonna fly to England today, and I'm gonna be your captain, okay? We're gonna go to the 1700s, yes. So back then we had the French officers, they used to drink French brandy on board. Eventually they then switched and started to drink rum. Now you may ask yourself, why is that? I have the answer for you. Why is that? I love this one. Yeah, so you may ask yourself, why is that? I have the perfect answer for you. So back then they used to have some problems and difficulties. The French and the English, they're always fighting with each other up until this day. The French brandy is very expensive. The rum is inexpensive. But the most important reason is the Englishmen, they just love to drink rum. Who are you going to get to work for the English Navy? Regular Englishmen, right? Perfect. But they had a very unique way of getting all the young guys, like my friend right here. They would say, if you are wanting to join the English Navy, you are going to get one daily ration of rum every year, once a day while you were working. So you can imagine everybody exactly, everybody working. Now I hope you keep that same reaction. I'm going to show you how this daily ration of rum was once a day, every single day. Half bottle of 750 ml. So this was their daily ration of rum, and they had to drink this every single day. Now, not only was it a large amount, but it was very high in proof. So it was over 124. So that would be like about 64. That would be like about 64% of alcohol. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Very high. It's very, very high. Yes. Now, do you still want to join the English Navy? Now, me, I would be flat down on the floor. Now, they had a very unique way and a very fun way of that. So now, when they used the cannons back then, hint, that's why the rum was so strong. When they used the cannon back then, they would have some difficulties with it. So guess what they did? They mixed the gunpowder together with the alcohol, which was very flammable, and boom! Killing two birds with one stone. But the sailors, they them got too damn smart. They like, nope, we ain't drinking that no more. Instead, we're gonna stash it and save it right here for special occasions. That night is gonna come, they're gonna bring out all the barrels of the rum, they're gonna dance and have a party. But please tell me, how much work is getting done the next day? None. Exactly. Zero. Nothing. Either my friend over here, he's still pretty much drunk and drinking. These group in the middle of here, right here, you guys are still dancing and listening to music. I'm on that team too, don't worry. And you guys are all incarcerated because you have been fighting with each other. Yes, the English Navy was a complete mess. But something had to be done. Somebody came up with a perfect idea. His name was Vice Admiral Vernon. Now what he did, he took 1 part of the rum and diluted with 4 parts of water. So now the rum isn't as crazy as before, however, it's still crazy. Remember, it's 124 proof, so it's still crazy. However, now they have to drink that twice a day in front of their superior officers, so nobody had no time to cheat. Nobody had no time to go stash no rum and save for no special occasions. Everybody had to drink it right there in front of their superior officers. Now that gentleman, he had a nickname which was the Grok. So they call him Almond Grok, and like I said, he took 1 part of the rum and diluted it with 4 parts of water. Sorry. Now I have a question for you. If you died in the 1700s and you were at sea, where would you be buried? Sea. Perfect. You would be buried at sea. So now, if you were a dead guy, they would just wrap your body however they could. Everybody's gonna grab a glass of the Grok, which, by the way, they then name it after the gentleman, and that drink eventually became to a ceremonial drink. So whenever somebody's dead at sea, they would just wrap your body however they could, and then they would take a glass of the Grok. Everybody's gonna make a toast. It's gonna be one last toast for one last swim, and into the ocean you shall go. There was no refrigerator or nothing on board. That is the most they could have done with your body. You know, it was tough times, so that's all they could really do. Yes, however, something along changed that story. So what I'm about to tell you is actually a true story. So I learned it just like you guys. And have anybody ever heard about the Great Battle of Trafalgar? You did? You did? Perfect. Would you like to tell me the story?
Oh, I don't remember the story, but I've heard of it.
Okay, so we have the Great Battle of Trafalgar, which happened in the south of Spain in 1805. Like I said, the French and the Spanish, they joined together, and then they fought against the English. The English won, they lost. The guy who was in charge of the English Navy, his name was Admiral Nelson. However, Mama, your food. No, you don't have to drink that. I just tell you. Yes. However, he was shot and killed in the battle. So we have a problem. When you're an admiral, you cannot be buried at sea. It is the captain's duty to bring your body back home. Now, if you look at it, this is the body. It's starting to smell. It's starting to get flies. It's just there on the boat. How are they going to preserve the body? That is right. That is right. So luckily, Admiral Nelson was a very short guy, like my size. So you know it was very easy to fold him, to shut him down, put on the barrel of the lid of the barrel, and they went off to England. Now when they arrived to England, we have a problem. We have a real big problem because the barrel wasn't as heavy as it was before. The captain being very concerned, he removed the lid to find that Admiral Nelson still inside the barrel. However, all of the rum was gone.
Oh no.
Yes. So you can tell me where the rum went.
Perfect.
Exactly. So apparently on one drunken night back home, they retapped the barrel of the rum and they drank everything with that Admiral Nelson inside without them knowing.
Oh my God.
So that is why. So that's why for a long time in England, rum was called Nelson's blood.
Oh wow.
Actually, if you still go to like Europe and them places and you ask for spice, they're gonna give you Nelson's blood.
Wow.
Yes. They have like a story that is, how do I say that? I think it's somewhere in Spain. They have a little area that is called Jagelbra, something like that. That is actually based off of the story that I just told you. Yes. And I have actually decided that that's going to be the first flavor that you are going to try for me after that story. Yes. But don't worry, I have actually improved the recipe. So I got in very early this morning, and I took Nelson out of the barrel. He was very heavy.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sure you did.
So I promise you won't find no hair or eyeballs in your drink. If you do, you're going to believe you. Yes, so let's start quickly how everything started. It's a husband and wife behind the brand. We have Melanie, she's from Colorado. Topper, he's from Boston. Together, they met each other in Chicago, Illinois. Melanie have a hobby. She used to get white rum and mix it together with different flavors. So when, her friends come over to the house, they would have a drink, something very fun to do. Until she wanted to learn how to make her own rum and learn the process of fermentation, distillation. Yes. So being very busy back then. Okay, so before I tell you that, in 2005, they actually came down to St. Martin, the Friendly Island, and they opened Topper's beautiful international restaurant, which is actually outside on your right-hand side, my left-hand side.
Nelson's Blood.
Nelson's Blood.
Everything else that you see right here would be rum.
That doesn't taste like body at all. It's fine. Honey apple. Honey apple.
Bourbon type. So that is more like
Yes.
bourbon.
Yummy.
Okay.
To be honest, I like the body
Right
better.
here in the middle, from there and at the top, that would be considered as rum. Okay. Yes. So how was it?
Delish.
I like the body. Okay, so just tap it a bit so you can get it out. Perfect.
Oh, look at it flooding out.
There you go.
I know, right? She got it. Okay.
Watch that head base.
I know, right? Inside this room smells like heaven every single day. These ladies work. It smells like heaven. I like to call it Candyland. Look, you okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. This is great.
Okay. I like to call it the Candyland. So before you guys came in, the ladies was in here. Unfortunately, only they got to saw them. So I'm going to explain you really quickly what goes on in this room. So right here we have the gelato section. Nelly, she's actually in charge of all of the gelato. So remember, gelato is a mixture of cream, sugar, and milk. You don't have no eggs, so the flavor stands out way more. And Nelly actually able to rotate 100 different flavors. Every single day we rotate a different flavor. So if you come today, you find one flavor, tomorrow it will not be there. She's able to rotate so much different flavors thanks to her famous Willy Wonka cart. That is what I love to call it. Okay, so on this big guy, you have so many different flavors. You have pistachio, you have coconut, you have chocolate. Everybody good? You guys can come down a bit. You guys have space, it's okay. Okay, so welcome to the production line. So please understand that any bottle that you see anywhere in the world has actually came out of this room. This is the only location that we have, okay? Right there you have Joanne. Yes, you're gonna push it when you're ready. The start button. Yes. The device is gonna come down. It's gonna fill the 6 bottles by 750 ml. You're gonna see all the product is gonna come from the top holes.
Oh my.
All the remaining product is gonna go back through the bottom holes. It's gonna go right back down to the silver hole inside. Cheryl, I will tell you when to press the big red emergency stop. That's the huge red one. Yes, not that. Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet. Now.
Now.
Now. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys something really fast section. I'm going to show you really quickly how we make our rum, okay? So you have the fermentation, you have the distillation process. Fermentation is a combination of water, molasses, and sugar. All of that we're going to mix together for an hour. That is called the mash, okay? It's called the mash, yeah. We're going to mix that together for an hour until all of the sugar has been dissolved. After that, we're going to add this ingredient inside. Can you tell me what it is? Who said that? Everybody usually tell me sand, salt, sand, salt, yes, it's actually yeast. So Melanie gets different blend of yeast and she creates her own unique blend. It doesn't smell nice. Yeah, so then we take that and we put it inside of here. We're going to get 2 ingredients. We're going to get alcohol and we're going to get CO2. Now we want to release our CO2, but we want to keep all of our alcohol. How are we going to do that? Perfect. Yes. Through this airlock right here. Okay? Yes, this big guy right here. What it's going to do is going to take out all of the CO2 without letting the oxygen back inside. How are we going to do that? You guys wasn't even here with heat. No, not yet. I know. Through the airlock. We're going to do that through the airlock, okay? Why can't we not let the oxygen back inside? Perfect. You have yeast inside, okay? So if you let the oxygen back inside, it's going to grow, it's going to expand, and then we will have a bakery instead of a distillery. And we don't want to do that way. We want to grow, okay? Exactly. Your product always comes up. No. Fermentation takes up to 4 to 5 days process. Inside of this, we have about 1,000 different ingredients, and all of them have their own boiling point. Okay? Yes, 1,000 different ingredients. Okay, so we're gonna go. We're gonna scream all for rum and rum for rum. Okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
All for rum and rum for all.
So and this we have so many different flavors. This is exactly where our specialty rum is at, okay? So all of those that you saw in the buckets, these are actually where they come when they finish. So right now we have island orange. Island orange is fresh orange peels and French cognac. You can mix that together with champagne or you can mix it together with orange juice and it tastes really, really nice. Also 21% of alcohol. You have cotton candy, which is also 21% of alcohol. Cotton candy is more for a lightweight, so you can kind of like.
That was our first port of visit, St. Martin. Now we're heading back to the ship. Yeah, that was great. Delish. Well, we made it back on the ship. That was pretty fun.
Very fun.
Brought back some bottles. Looking forward to trying it at home.
Yes.
And tonight is Pirate Night. And you have a special costume.
I
But first is dinner.
do. First the horn.
Yes, oh the horn.
Then